I'm Craig Watzink. I live outside of Hackensack here on a lake. I've had my lake for 57 years, and it was a vacation home back and forth from the Twin Cities. And I worked for 3M Company for 33 years and then retired in 2016. And at that point, then I sold my home in the Twin Cities and moved up to my lake home here permanently. So now I've changed from a second home residence to a primary home now. And once I arrived up here, I was busy, of course, getting settled in permanently in my lake home, but then decided that I very much enjoy people. My background is all about being around people and helping people. I then investigated a number of options of nonprofit organizations to where I could join and be able to help people, to get them, a little more safer in their life, a little more comfortable, and make their lives more enjoyable. And so it's all about people for me. It was interesting being in town and growing up here in Hackensack for the summers. I used to live up here throughout the summer in between going to school. I knew Faith in Action was here for Cass County, but I didn't know much about it at all. I know that they were in the transportation helping people, helping people in many different ways. I would read now and then that they build ramps for people in need. But I had originally I joined the search and rescue team for the sheriff's office, as well as I was on the Woodtick Wheelers ATV club, and I was working security out at Eelpout on Leech Lake back 3 years ago. And one of the chairman of the board of directors, which is Mike Bohannon, was riding with me because he also is on the search and rescue team there for the sheriff's office. And we were out driving one of the sheriff's offices, sheriff office vehicle on, while we were patrolling Eelpout, and he started convincing me to join Faith in Action, talking about it, what type of organization, and that with my background, because I'm also, excuse me, president of the Triad organization, which is through the sheriff's office. And so Mike comes to meetings for the Triad organization, which he could see what I was doing, and he started to gain, information on what I liked in helping people. So he tried to convince me at that time to join. Well, he wasn't successful that day, but then I kept thinking about it and then approached and called Teresa and checked with her and said, Mike's trying to get me to join the board of directors. So not necessarily just volunteering, but actually be on the board of directors and help out because of my background and my experience around marketing and communication and helping people, training people, all of that, and my willingness to want to really give back, to help enjoy working with people and helping them become better within their lives. And hence, I got with her, came in, kind of interviewed, and rest is history. And so I joined the board of directors, and recently I was appointed now vice chair of the board of directors, and very much enjoy what I do. the first step is kind of their makeup and chemistry of anyone that would want to volunteer, and that's really understanding quite well if they were asked why would they want to volunteer. That's number one. There's two critical components of having a successful volunteerism between the volunteer and the organization. And the first one really is the why. Do they enjoy helping people? Do they have the time to help people? Because it takes time to do it. Do they get self gratification? What gives them the reward for volunteering? Everybody does. It's just you don't get paid. You get paid in a way that what you're seeking is the excitement, wanting to meet new people, to help people, see the people that you help actually appreciate it through expressing their sense by just more than just saying thank you. You can see it in their eyes that they really appreciate that help. That's number one. Yeah, you have to be able to answer the why, because it does take a lot of time to do so. Number two, to get a volunteer to come on board, the institution, the organization needs to set clear expectations and communicate that to the volunteers. This is what you'll be doing. This is what we require from you, or we're going to ask of you to do. So the volunteer knows quite well what they're getting themselves into, what they're going to be asked to do in volunteering. If that is not set up at the beginning, it will break down. And the volunteer will get frustrated, will find out that it's taken too much of their time. They don't have their own personal time to give that way to volunteer. Or what they were asked to do, they find out maybe it's not fun. Maybe it's not what I was looking for. So those are two critical components of having somebody come on board and be successful with it. You've got to be real with whatever you do.